What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I know I am, and I know Mavericks fans are on cloud nine right now. Luka Doncic fans. Man, there's so much credit needs to go around for this game seven because I found this game to just be absolutely hilarious to me. But before I get into it, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. Let's give the Mavs some love because they were the massive underdog. Like literally they were the worst underdog of every single team in the playoffs. I felt like in terms of odds and stuff, it'd be like plus 250 for one team, and then Mavs would be like plus 900. And that's really bad odds of winning. And then they pulled it off in game seven on the road in Phoenix against what was the best team in the entire league, a 64-win team. And they went into game seven and just absolutely destroyed them. And the first reason I think this was even possible, I'm going to get to Luka. Because obviously your star player matters. But Jason Kidd, that Coach Kidd was coaching his tail off, man. He outcoached Monty Williams in this game. The game plan was one of the best I've ever seen. Doubling Booker off of every screen, even sending some doubles even when there wasn't a screen, shadowing over, doubling Chris Paul, trapping, and basically making it to where Devin Booker was 0 for 9. Chris Paul was like 0 for 5, whatever it was. They had like 0 points, like 0 made baskets in the entire like first half. That is absurd. This is Chris Paul and Devin Booker, who are you can argue they're the best backcourt in the entire league. And they shut them down. And I think they knew it's game seven. The refs are going to let you play. So the foul baiting play style that Booker had kind of used a little bit, Chris Paul had used a little bit, that stuff this is why Chris Paul for years hasn't had success in the playoffs, is because that play style doesn't win in big games. Refs don't give you the calls. That's why James Harden has struggled for so many years in the playoffs, is because like the driving and kind of flailing for layups and stuff like that, refs don't care. They're not falling for it. And then, of course, obviously the Mavs are coached up on jumpers and everything like that. Make sure you step to the side. Don't go up underneath of them because they're falling to the floor every single time. And, like, I get it. Like, if that works for the regular season, it's going to become a habit. So, for the Suns, I get why they were still doing that. But, like, you got to basically, like, Devin Booker, you're a beast, bro. Just shoot. Just try and score. Just focus on scoring. You don't need to do all this extra stuff. And, that's what I just don't like, because the Mavs weren't worried about any of that extra stuff. They were serious. They weren't getting calls. They weren't complaining. It was like if the ball's on the floor, we're diving for it. They were the aggressive. They were the team that was not scared. They were ready for that moment. And I think a lot of that has to go with coaching. And then, of course, your star player, Luka, shows up big time, gets you off to an amazing start. And I think with Kidd's game plan, it was like, we're just going to make sure that the other guys have to beat us. I'm not going to live with Devin Booker putting up 40 on me. I'm not going to live with Chris Paul dissecting me in the fourth quarter. I'm going to make it to where this entire game, guys like Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, DeAndre Ayton, Cam Johnson. I'm probably forgetting a couple guys, but I'm going to make sure that those guys are the ones that are having to make decisions out of like the short roll and like off of the kick, making those guys beat you. And then they don't in the biggest game of the season. They're role players. Now, DeAndre Ayton's a great player, but he also bet on them not using DeAndre Ayton because obviously Ayton is a huge mismatch in this series because Dwight Powell's undersized. Mavs don't really have a big guy for him, but he basically, after watching the first six games, he's like, they're not feeding him the ball a lot on these. So we just need to focus on taking out these guards. Let's just take out the guards. And then if Ayton gets his, we'll figure it out. But we're going to make the other guys try and beat us. And that worked. It was beautiful. Bravo, Coach Kidd. That was a masterclass of coaching. I feel like as I get older and watch these games and start to see these tactics and everything get deployed, and it's like, wow, that was a really great decision. Because like sometimes you watch other teams and their coaches do absolutely nothing and they just get rolled. So, Kidd, a lot of love. Great game. I'm almost to Luka. I'm almost there. But Spencer Dinwiddie, bro, your name, from now on, that's Spencer Dinwiddie because that jumper was wet the entire time. I think, what did he make? 5 threes. He had 30. These games where it's like, Luka's going to show up. You're hoping Brunson's going to show up, but you need at least one other guy to show up and propel your team over the top. And I feel like Dinwiddie in the first half was obviously Luka's amazing, but he was the secondary difference maker that just blew the game open. Because it's like Luka kind of dominates the first quarter, and then Dinwiddie comes in and then like kind of dominates the second quarter a little bit. Like dominate because he came in, I think, at the end of the first, but dominates his entire time, splashing threes, getting to the rim, doing everything that you could ask out of your sixth man. And he did it in game 6 too. So he's playing really, really well, and he stepped up when his team absolutely needed it. He deserves a lot of credit. I don't know what his shooting percentage was, but I think it was very, very high. I can't remember. I can only remember the shots that he missed were like a a half court heave and like another like buzzer beater thing that, it was just to chuck it up there and hope that it goes in kind of shot. But Dinwiddie, so much love for you, bro, because that was a masterclass. Game 7, big time performance. Mavs fans got to give that guy some love. Okay, let's get to Luka Doncic, because that man is a top 3. There's going to be arguments that he's the best player in the league. I'm not even going to go there because I just think about this. He's amazing. Simple enough. He's a psychopath. Like fadeaway, turnaround threes, step backs, sends Cameron Johnson to earth, hits a step back 3 on him, is posting up DeAndre Ayton and manhandling him in the paint. Like this is not normal. He had 35 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists on 63% shooting. That's like 7-footer numbers. That's like Giannis on a great game. But he did it against one of the best wing defenses in the entire league, and he also had 6 threes. Like it's just he just broke them down every which way he wanted. They would send a different defense at him. It did not matter. Literally did not matter. He has reached that level where there is no defense that you can do to him that is going to do anything like in the long run. It's kind of like, I'll say it's like the LeBron James level, where it's like he seems like he's seen everything, so nothing really works. And he just puts on a masterclass. Game 7 last year, they were talking about, I think he had like 45 or something like that. He ran into a really good Clippers team with Kawhi. Different. The Mavs last year were a different team. Brunson wasn't this good yet. Like the whole roster construction was different. Everything's different. This year, they look like a much more completed team. I've made a couple videos on them in the past, and like what I said kind of came to fruition. Like they're great coaching. They play excellent defense. They have a superstar player, and then they have a couple other good, really elite. I don't know if they're elite, but like really, really good shot creators in Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie. And then they have the wing, the 3-and-D guys. Like they have kind of everything except for like the 7-foot paint presence, but they're making do without it. And that's a huge reason. Like that goes back to Luka Doncic, because the man just dominates every facet of the game. And then even tonight, like, because, he's not a great defender. Like, I'm not going to put that expectation on him, but when he tries, Jason Kidd called him out on him after, I think, the first or second game. When he tries on defense and is locked in and motivated there, the whole team is just different. He had a couple good, like, I know he had a steal in transition where he jumped the lane. He was reading it. He had another steal later on in the game. Like, I think he had 2 steals for the game. He's playing the right way. And like, you didn't see him with a lot of flailing or anything like that. Like you saw him, it was like, I'm going to the basket. I'm going to put everything I have into trying to score. I'll figure out the fouls later because I'm leaving it all out here. And that was really the difference between the two teams. And the leadership was beginning of the game. One team came out kind of expecting things to kind of like, ref, you're going to blow the whistle, right? And the other team was like, I don't give a shit if he's blowing the whistle. I'm going to the rack. Like it was just a complete different like style of play and attitude towards the game. And that's why the Mavs really dominated this game. This is why it was almost a 50-point loss for the Suns. And I'm not really trying to like trash the Suns, but like when you're talking as much trash as they were, and like, trust me, talking trash in basketball is part of the game, but like you have to back it up. You can't only talk it when you're winning. And Luka was saying, I think it was after game 5, I want to say, he was like, everybody talks tough when they're up. Everybody talks tough when they're up. Luka was talking tough when he was down and when he was up. And I respect anybody that does that, because I think it was Jordan that said it takes a real competitor or something like that to talk bleep when you're losing and to talk it when you're winning. That's a different kind of breed. And Luka fits that criteria. I'm pretty sure he was trash talking Lil Wayne of all people, because Lil Wayne put out a tweet a few days back or something like that, calling Luka a slur. I'm not trying to get, banned by YouTube or anything, so I'm not going to say it, but yeah, it is, man. Luka, he's that guy. I absolutely love it. Jalen Brunson, I'm going to give him a little love. Second half, he came out, dominated it. Felt like every shot he took went in. Really just because, it was a 30-point game at the half, basically. So you're like almost guaranteed to win. But, you got to come out and keep it going in that third quarter and just make sure that you just put all hope to that. Just kill it out. Just to put out any fire the Suns might try and create. Brunson did a great job with that. I think he had 24 points on 58% shooting. Great game from him. Did an excellent job in the second half. He was driving at people. He played fearless. I think that's really what this kind of game just kind of came down to, is one team played fearless, and that was the Mavs, and they deserved the win. They deserved to win this series. They played their tail off, and they did everything they needed to, and they were on it. They were on it. They were coached right. They played as a team. Different guys stepped up. Dorian Finney-Smith had a great game a few games ago, shooting the ball at least. He's always a great defender. Reggie Bullock's had some good shooting games. Luka's been basically amazing the entire time. Brunson, games 3 through 7 was great. Dinwiddie, games 6 and 7 was fantastic. Like, they just got everything they needed at the right time. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful basketball. I absolutely love it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. If you want to hit me up on Twitter and interact with me during the games, I'll put it right here, like I always do. I was dying laughing at this game because it's like, you just don't expect a team to come out and basically stomp somebody by 50 when they're the underdogs. It was amusing to me because I was like, this is absolutely incredible. This is just incredible. But hey, man, Mavs Warriors, that series looks good too. I don't think the Warriors have anybody to handle Luka, because I personally don't think anybody in the league can handle Luka. So, I think it'll be a great series. I haven't really looked too far into it, but congratulations to the Mavericks. Moving on to the Western Conference Finals. Luka can put all those haters to bed. It's great. I love it. I'm done here. Peace.